Welcome to Reach Out, the program that highlights the amazing work carried out by local nonprofits, the wonderful people who lead these organizations, and the committed volunteers who give of themselves but wind up receiving even more. I'm Bernadette Wagner, Director of Volunteer Washington County, and I'm pleased to have Rick Hemphill and Brandi Hambilton of the Washington County Fire and Rescue Association as my guests today. Rick and Brandi are both volunteer firefighters, and in addition, Rick is the Assistant Treasurer of the association. The Washington County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association is comprised of 28 fire and EMS companies that serve over 140,000 residents of Washington County. Rick and Brandi are here to educate us about the relationship between the Washington County Fire and Rescue Association and those local companies. They will also tell us about their volunteer service, the tremendous need for more volunteers, and the training required as volunteer firefighters. This is a very important topic, and I'm grateful they are here to join us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Rick, maybe you can start it off and tell us a little bit about the history of your association and also your relationship with those 28 local companies.
Okay. Well, volunteer fire companies, of course, the first one in the United States was started by Ben Franklin up in Philadelphia. The first one in Hagerstown is Hager's First Hose Company, which was formed in 1816. So we have one of the very first fire companies formed in the state of Maryland. The association is the organization that supports the various fire companies, and that was formed in 1933 on a very snowy day in December. It has been in operation since then, and we provide logistical and computer support and centralized processes for the various member companies. It is the member companies that are actually out there responding to the citizens' needs, be it fire, EMS, or whatever.
And each community has their own company.
That's correct. Each community has a company. There are 14 fire companies, 6 city companies for the city of Hagerstown, and then there's EMS companies for each area as well. Some companies also combine EMS with fire, such as Williamsport.
And what volunteer opportunities are available for people either with your association or within the local companies?
Well, the volunteer companies, and almost each one has the word volunteer in its name for a very, very valid reason. The volunteer operations, which could be the responding operation, is something that people can do. They can actually be a firefighter and be trained to go and assist with fire suppression, or they could be an EMT and perform patient care and assist people out of an ambulance. And a lot of them do both. That requires a great deal of training. However, it's not something you can walk into a fire station and jump on a fire truck and go to the next call. Firefighter 1 is about 130 hours of training. To be an EMT is 160 on top of that. So there's a lot of detailed training involved. However, every fire company needs assistance in a variety of different ways, whether it's administrative, fundraising, or there's lots of paperwork. There's lots of things that can be done. Certainly lots of bingo to be handled, chicken feeds that need to be done, carnivals, what have you, all to raise money to help. The average fire company's budget is around $350,000 to $400,000 a year. So every chicken you buy or every bingo you go to, you're really helping them pay for the fuel, the turnout gear, the fire trucks, the fuel, and the things that are necessary to go out there and be there when you need them.
Okay. Brandi, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your experience with the Volunteer Fire Association.
Well, thankfully I was able to join the Fire Academy through the Board of Education and was able to gain a lot of training through them. I feel it's very important for every firefighter to be highly trained, to know what they're doing when they go in a burning building or when they're doing patient care.
Mm-hmm. And are you a firefighter or an EMT?
Firefighter.
Okay. And have you been on calls?
Yes.
Okay. And tell us just a little bit about your training through the school. Do you get both high school credit? And I was understanding that you can also get some college credit towards
Yes,
that.
I earned up to 17 college credits in 2 years, and which was also, I got out of school half a day to go to the Fire Academy, so it was also towards my high school diploma.
And the Fire Academy, is that located at the Technical High School?
South High.
Oh, South
We
High.
have a portable there.
Okay, great.
And then they also do the actual burn training. They have hands-on training of working with fires. That's done right now at the City of Hagerstown's fire training facility on Frederick Street.
And Brandi, I'm just curious, how many women are in the academy?
Last year there was 2 of us who graduated from the academy. The year before we had 4 of us, and this year there's only 1 female.
Okay, well, go girls. Yeah, that's terrific. Rick, is there a need for responders right now?
Yes, we just we're working on a grant through the federal government, through FEMA, to try and get it. In doing so, we had to run some statistics. And we are down about 300 responders over the recommended number of responding firefighters by the National Volunteer Fire Council. According to their calculations, we should have about 300 more active firefighters. We have about 809 total responders. That includes EMTs as well as firefighters. And there's about 1,400 people that volunteer for fire and EMS companies countywide. That's about 1% of the population. So there's certainly ample people out there, and there's ample opportunity. Each company needs your help in a variety of different ways, and but we do need responders, because on a volunteer system, those are the people that are going to show up, and they do it because they enjoy it. They get rewarded for it in terms of personal awards for the good feeling you get from knowing you're going to help somebody when you go out that door. Otherwise, the only thing you can guarantee is it's a lot of hours you're going to put in.
Yeah, and I would think that as a community member, very few of us realize the kind of economic impact that the firefighters have on our community. Can you speak a little bit?
Well, yes. Again, based on national formulas, we calculated that the volunteer system in Washington County today saves the taxpayers about $48 million a year. And that works out to about $360 per person. Every man, woman, and child in the county is saved that much in taxes minimum from the efforts of the volunteers, because of donations and just the time that it would cost.
Wow,
the time it saves.
That's a tremendous gift that the firefighters and EMTs give to our community.
Not to mention, your insurance rates are based upon the closeness and the training and the level of efficiency that your local fire department has. So the fact that we have good quality volunteer fire departments in this county does keep your homeowner's insurance cheaper as well.
I'd like to thank you both for joining me today, and all the EMT and firefighters who support our community. I'd also like to thank you, our viewing audience, for joining me on Reach Out today. If you want to make a difference, you don't have to be a responder. You can support the firefighters and the EMTs in a variety of ways, through administrative duties or fundraising or even raising awareness. Consider that when you support a fire or EMS company, you become a part of their team. You can hold your head high and say, I care. Thank you for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you next time.